Hey everybody, Patrick Berry here. This is a bit of an impromptu R&D. Wasn't planning on this, and honestly I wish I wasn't doing it, but the reason I'm doing it is because last night I got word, like a lot of us who were fans, that Justin Townes Earle had passed away. Now, he's 38 years old. I have no idea what the circumstances are. But it doesn't really matter. It's a tragic loss for the music industry and all of us who was fans of his and his family. I know he's got a wife and a young kid, but I just wanted to celebrate him and his life. My history with him goes back a little ways. A bunch of my friends, my brothers and a bunch of my friends started to go to this festival called Bonnaroo every year. I think we went 6 years straight, but it was like maybe 2010, 2011 that we went to our first one. It was whatever one that Metallica and Pearl Jam were at. And my friend PJ had looked at the lineup and he said, here are all the artists you should check out if you don't know about them already. And Justin Townes Earle was one of them. Although I think he and I had checked him out before. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'd never seen him live. So my brother Ben and I got there. It was Friday, the first day where the main festival kicked off, and it was early in the day in a tent. And he just blew our minds. In fact, he didn't ruin the festival, but he just set like such a high bar. I mean, I remember that set. I was like, this is the best. That's probably why we kept going every year, is because, it just was such a great celebration of music. But, the key here and what I'm actually talking about is Justin and his ability. When you go see an artist, a lot of times you're like mesmerized by that they're on stage and they got cool lighting and they are playing songs, and you're getting to like be a part of that experience, which is always, it's cool. But there was just something about him and a microphone, and like he's so skilled and talented with his Travis picking and his just craftsmanship of the way that the songs worked and the way that they arranged them. And it just blew me away and was very inspiring to me. So, and one other thing was kind of cool about Justin was that his music, I'm very close to my family, and my dad specifically was always a performer, always a singer. It was something we grew up with as kids, whether he was in acting or he was in musicals. But I never had a lot of bands or music that we shared. I don't really know why, but we just didn't. But when he heard Harlem River Blues by Justin Townes Earle, he loved it. And there's only like a few songs where he's really done that with. When my old band Navarre that I was in, we used to cover "I Want to Be Sedated," and for some reason, just that beat, he loved it when we played that, and it's something about that kind of bouncing tempo and song that I think that he really dug or digs. He's still alive. But anyway, we surprised him. My little brother Brad and I got tickets to see Justin Townes Earle in Buffalo. I think it was in 2012 at the Town Ballroom. And Town Ballroom's really cool. I don't know if anybody has been there before, but if you live in Buffalo and you love music, you've been there. It's a really nice, smaller venue that's kind of circular, so there's not a lot of bad seats in the house. It's kind of a nightmare to park at, though. So what you have to do is you got to kind of go behind the venue and find parking. And we'd gotten there a little bit early, and it was pretty awesome because, here you are taking your parents to a concert, and we pull up, we start walking towards the venue, and we're going behind it. And there's Justin Townes Earle just standing there. He got one of his cool hats on and smoking a J, and we walk up to him and we just talked to him, shook his hand, chatted for a few minutes, didn't want to waste too much of his time or bother him, but it was a really cool experience for us. And then to watch him perform right afterwards, it was in his DNA. It was just like, this is what he was placed here to do, was to put out this music and to perform for us. So I think I caught him one more time at the club at Water Street in Rochester a couple of years after that, but that's it. And last night, it was, I think it was my brother Ben that shot a text out, and I didn't want to believe it. So yeah, I don't know what to say about it. I've been listening to his music and kind of revisiting a lot of his songs, and I just felt like maybe this is a little way that I can pay tribute to him. He would probably hate my version of his song, but that's okay. I still wanted to share it anyway. And if you haven't heard of Justin Townes Earle, if you don't know him, yeah, Harlem River Blues is probably my favorite album of his. Slippin' and Slidin', just so many great songs. So check it out. So anyway, episode 3, R&D. This is a dedication to Justin Townes Earle and all he's meant to me. Harlem River Blues. Lord, I'm going uptown to the Harlem River to drown. Dirty water gonna cover me over, and I'm not gonna make a sound. I'm on a roll, mama, I gotta go, gotta get there while I still can. Troubled days are behind me now, even though I'm gonna let me in. When you see me walking up the FDR, just a singing and a clapping my hands. Tell my mama I love her, tell my father I tried, give my money to my baby to spend. 'Cause Lord, I'm going uptown to the Harlem River to drown. Dirty water gonna cover me over, and I'm not gonna make a sound. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Oh. Good times come and they go. Even a good man will break. He'll let his troubles bury him whole, even though he knows what's at stake. So I'm taking no chances, I'm carrying over while I'm still good in his grace. Saying I'm no fool, mama, I know the difference between tempting and choosing my fate. 'Cause Lord, I'm going uptown to the Harlem River to drown. Dirty water gonna cover me over, and I'm not gonna make a sound. 'Cause Lord, I'm going uptown to the Harlem River to drown. Dirty water gonna cover me over, and I'm not gonna make a sound. Rest in peace, Justin.